funny, so the whole thing about Bite, we were considering doing a comic, and I wanted to do something that no one had done.
Just say that what the story.
The
Yeah.
story is,
Yeah,
Okay.
what it wraps around. You saying like
it wraps around the idea of an outsider who happens to be a mutant. And I didn't want it to be any handsome mutant. I wanted him to be an ugly mutant.
just say the story. Just
Okay.
don't no other
No
frills.
other
It's just bare.
bare bones. Okay.
What happens?
Okay. Well, Ralph, Bite. Do you want me to go? Do you want me to just throw it around? Do you want chronology?
I think the first thing is like the decision, basically at the very end, which is the. We just had a viewer. The decision of saving the bridge or saving a love interest.
Well, that's Requiem for Bite. Okay.
Yeah, I
We'll
think
start with that.
that's where we
If you
start.
if you think what it is, it wraps around the idea of maybe personal sacrifice, maybe. And so the story, when it opens, is Bite has decided to save the bridge, the Triborough Bridge, whatever you want to call it, from being destroyed by Father Pantsoff, who has for many, many years harbored a huge grudge against Ralph / Bite because of Bite saving Gloria from being raped by Pantsoff. And in the ensuing saving of Gloria, Ralph morphs into Bite and takes a chunk out of Pantsoff's ass. I mean, literally, so that he's become disabled. And so Pantsoff has had this vengeance, this revenge about wanting, and what it wraps around is how he plants clues to make it look like Ralph or Bite is actually attacking people and destroying property, when it's actually Father Pantsoff going around simulating shark bites, et cetera, and destruction. And so it comes down to Pantsoff finally gets his revenge. He kidnaps Gloria, who's been his, I guess, what would you call her?
Obsession.
Yes, his obsession since she was like 15, when she was in the orphanage and he ran the orphanage. And he never had any obsession about her when she was little. It's when she hit puberty, at 14, 15, he fell in love. And the reason why is Pantsoff had a troubled life himself. And so when she was rescued, they were able to go on their way. Pantsoff had to leave the orphanage, blah, blah, blah. So it gets down to the point where Pantsoff finally is able to kidnap Gloria, and he puts Ralph in a situation, or Bite in a situation, where you have to make a choice. I've rigged this Triborough Bridge with explosives. You either save the bridge, or you save Gloria, who has a little pile of dynamite underneath her. And I'm going to pull the trigger or press the plunger, and one of the two goes up, and you have to make a choice. And it's Gloria who pretty much tells Ralph, think of what the bigger picture is. Think not me as a martyr, but think of yourself as doing the right thing, or whatever, get into that. I don't want to get too,
Yeah, don't go too bare
you know
bones.
what I mean?
And what,
But she makes the choice for him, and Ralph saves the bridge, as Gloria is killed. And at the same time as that happens, Cratchit shows up, now a detective, a friend from the orphanage years ago, who thinks that Bite, and all of a sudden he shoots Bite, and then realizes, oh no, I've killed, because he realizes that he's killed the wrong man, because one of his forensic guys goes, no, he saved the bridge, or somebody yells out, he saved the bridge. He ends up killing Bite, and Pantsoff gets away. And they never catch Pantsoff, as far as I can tell. So it's almost one of those things. It's sort of like an anti-climax. You mean Pantsoff gets away? Will there be a sequel? It doesn't matter. Pantsoff got away. Good doesn't always triumph. And when good sometimes triumphs, good also can get shot in the ass.
Mhm.
And so Bite lays dying, and he has, Crykeeper and Smash, mourning his death. Two guys who actually befriended him and become allies. But a very, very strange superhero who doesn't want to be a superhero, not just crash or smash or cry keeper. Just the idea that they're out there trying to at least curtail some of the insanity, if you want to call it that way. But so it's pretty much wraps around the idea that Pantsoff is always wanting to get back at, and then in one action, he kills off his obsession, which frees his soul, and he kills off Bite, which then concludes his vengeance. So that's pretty much the story wraps around, and then we build from there how Bite came about, how Pantsoff came about, how Gloria, went from orphanage, almost being raped by Pantsoff, and then became a chemical engineer, like you said, blocking what she knew. Bob Cratchit going from delinquent to becoming a detective lieutenant with the police force, becomes a good guy. It also chronicles how Father Pantsoff went from actually a very troubled beginning to a very good man to just one little obsession that drives him crazy. It's almost like Lolita by Nabokov.
Yeah, but I was thinking of what you were saying. I was just going to talk about that, Lolita. But Lolita, what you don't have in this story was he had this long lost love, that of this innocence, of this childhood love, and it's Lolita that reminded him
Right.
of this person, because
Humbert
that
Humbert.
was his Lolita,
Right.
of that person. You crying?
No, I just
Teary?
get crud in my eyes all the time.
Oh, okay. And so there is not that, and with the person I was talking about before, that lived with his dad, like it only makes me think, like, did his dad do that to him? Like, where does this come from? What is his motivation of, like,
Oh, for Pantsoff.
their pants off? I think also for, like, I want to flush out these characters of
Oh, maybe a love for a nun that he couldn't have.
maybe the nun molested him,
Possibly, yes.
and
That'd make a real twist on shit that's going on now with all this religious stuff where people are getting weird. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, considering what just happened, well, we found out that how many young men have been, like Anthony Bourdain's most recent girlfriend or wife or whatever, supposedly seduced a 17-year-old or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Folks, I'm not, slandering shit. I don't know. Read about it in the newspaper. But it's something about Bourdain's ex and some young man, and maybe he was 18, 19, I don't know.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's something, and Bourdain never got involved with stuff like that. Bourdain was pretty much a straight arrow. But and then you hear about all these other sort of like December, May things, and you kind of wonder, that would be an interesting twist on John Doe, Father Pantsoff. Oh, that's right. The comedian is the guy he emulates. That's right.
From The Watchmen.
No, the comedian you have here.
That's Pantsoff.
Is that Pantsoff? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
remember
he turned into the comedian.
Right, but remember he took his name Erasmus from the philosopher he loved, and Pantsoff, Bernie Pantsoff, is the guy that was the vaudeville actor that he loved.
Hi, who's watching? Who are you? I see you're watching. Okay, so somebody's tuning in. You want to say hello to whoever this mystery person?
Hi, mystery person.
Yeah. Okay. So here, let's show some of these.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what this is all about.
Hey, oh my gosh, me on my other account. Ski Mask Andy. This guy, he's from, I think, Oklahoma,
Oh wow.
and he moved to LA, and he does this streaming. It's awesome.
What's up,
So-
Ski Mask?
Ski Mask Andy. Yeah,
Ski Mask Andy,
part of the
part of the Ski Mask crew.
the CX network.
Yeah. Gangster talk. Yeah, here, I'll show you some of the gallery. Yeah. I feel really privileged to have you up here. Yeah. This is, I'm a member of this gallery here. This is in Tucson.
Well, show them those little scratch things, man.
The scratch things? Oh,
The scratches.
yeah. Check you out. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Nice place, yeah. You know, what's interesting about this place is that we're a member here, but it's not, we don't pay any rent because they're keeping it rent-free so that people don't vandalize it or something. It's right off of, I'll show you, this is University. And then I'm gonna come back in and then conclude on this thing. Nice day in Tucson, huh? You got this streetcar thing here. This tracks. This is new, and it's really stupid because it doesn't go anywhere. It only goes to like a hospital and then the Mercado, which is like it's basically just on the west. And that's the university over here. Yeah, it looks like yeah. Hope your weather's all right. All right, right now I don't really use YouTube. Yeah, not like LA. I don't use YouTube as a way to get views. I just use it as a storage unit. Right now we're brainstorming about this third version of the comic. So I'm just gonna, if you want to tune out or keep watching, it's okay. But we're gonna have to keep talking with this thing. So I really appreciate that you're watching. Yeah, it's a good guy. So okay.
Thank you, Ski Mask Andrew.
Nice, bro. Save everything to the cloud. Yeah. So
that's pretty much what it revolves around. It revolves around not
decision.
so much decisions. I like that. It's all about everything's about a decision. If you think about it, I mean, his obsession is a decision. You know, it's funny because in some ways, even though it's called Bite, and it's about Ralph, who's part ghost shark, part human. Even though he's sort of the protagonist, it almost revolves around Father Pantsoff too. In some ways, you know, it's sort of the strange triangle between Gloria Pantsoff and Bite.
Yeah.
In that sense, and it's kind of nice. I have no personal connection to any of this. Like you were asking, I've never had any of these problems, you know, growing up. I lucked out, but it's just that I'm not a sponge. I just kind of keep my eyes open, ears open to what's happening with the culture, and this stuff is still happening with the problems with priests abusing children, and I thought this would be an interesting tie-in to a very strange story about a very sad people who happen to inhabit this planet. One of them happens to be John Doe. Another one happens to be Ralph Ciudad, who he did have parents, but they both died when he was father born. His mom died in childbirth. And you also have to remember this is taking place in 2178 or 2578, something like that. So it's not like these future, like in 1989 the world will turn, we will be on Mars, and you see some of these funny sci-fi things thinking that we were going to be in outer space by the time 2017 came around. That's why I like dystopian views by like John Brunner, because he never made, when some of his dystopian science fiction never had us flying in flying cars. You know, when you read something like Jagged Orbit, he predicted complete racial breakdown ethnic breakdown in 2014, which it did if you go to Ferguson, Missouri and all that. And he wrote that back in like 1972. What did he see? He saw the world as it was. And so this comic is the way I see the world as it is right now, and how I don't care if we're in 2178, 2578, we're not going anywhere. This is it. We don't have the capacity to be anything more than just as some people have said, pond scum. I mean, think about it. I mean, we have the opportunity to do some really good things. But what does Elon Musk do? He sends a freaking car into space. How's that fucking helping anything? It's not. And so I look at this comic as being, I mean, we're also sort of taking jabs at one of the big shopping center supermarkets of the world too, which I'm happy to do. It's just, will we ever be the Jetsons? I say no. We're always going to be grounded, confused little human beings that don't know what to do. And that's what I'm doing with this.
I'm going black. It's so weird.
Sweet. Welcome. Howdy.
I just went black. That's so weird. Okay, well, I turned it. So, what I'm seeing, I don't want to get into that all that kind of stuff. I want everything to be like an undercurrent, and then just go through these different experiences.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
I totally agree with you. I don't want to bring a lot of stuff where it smacks people in the head. No, I want it to be subtle.
Yeah,
But at the same token, I want it to be there, and we can do it with just like the sides, like having Walmart, like you.
Yeah.
know, that-
like everything is all part of, like, he was born in the Walmart,
Yes.
and then the orphanage is run by Walmart. It's
Yes.
all Walmart. It's
Yes.
all like
Yes.
this one
Yes.
gigantic.
And it doesn't matter what century you're in, because we're never gonna get it.
Mm.
We're just miserable little creatures on a planet that thinks we're doing a good job. We ain't. That's all there is to it.
I don't want to get into all that. I just want to talk about the experience. So it's an industrial church of Walmart.
Yes.
And also like to talk about that more in depth of that situation for like the first page of the different, remember, like for you had the hospital, and then you had the mortuary, and it's all and the birthing thing is all
Right.
the same thing. And so
Right.
talking about those different levels, the surveyors, everything is tied into Walmart.
Yep. See, that way you can do that without having to hit you over the head. You can just kind of like insinuate.
Well, I wanted to this to be all about writing it. I don't want to illustrate too much, but everything I want it to be like a really heavy. So I think the first thing to do is then, even before the story, let's just finish this thing of take it home,
Right.
and then
Do you want me to create a comic out of it? Do you want me to
we're
writing?
do the thing that we did before
Oh, okay.
too, and keep with your you can make it into a spread, so then just get that story down, and then see if we can make it into the Stations of the Cross, and if you need any more drawings for these different things, just first work on like just writing that thing.
Okay,
And-
so do you want me to do it sort of like volumes 1 and 2?
Just like that, yeah. And then we're gonna take all these things, and then there's more, like what I see. You got Cry Creeper, you got Smash, you got
We got Ralph.
yeah,
Totally.
and then like the gangs or something like that, of like have like a whole kind of thing of
like Smash and Crykeeper are like, well, no, like Father Panto would be like doing in the sabotages of Father Panto. It's a great universe, but there has to be different beats to